Welcome everybody to round number one. As always, with the sweet Temur Energy Aggro deck, this is definitely a keeper, so we're going to go ahead and do that. What we do here really depends on what we're expecting. I think normally we probably just play like a game trail tapped. Actually, it doesn't matter. We can just show a mountain. Because if there are zombies, we get a huge advantage. Is there anything that's not zombies, like them knowing what we're on or whatever isn't going to matter anyway? Like, you know, whatever. Mardu, we also have a huge advantage having the magma spray here. Yeah, that's like not the ideal thing you want a magma spray, so I'm just not going to. Plenty of other things to magma spray, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Alright, we are going to Chandler Initiate here. It helps us play turn 3 Hydra, which is just insane against most decks. If they want to kill Chandler Initiate, that's fine. I can also Harness Lightning and Magma Spray next turn. Like, I could also Magma Spray Whirl of Virtuoso. I mean, I just have a ton of outs. I can Magma Spray Whirl of Virtuoso without having to spend an energy next turn, which is just huge for this deck, so a lot of options, even if they, like, go Heart of Kirin here. Honor Crop Captain. Yeah, that's not going to get a lot done in this matchup, but good for them for trying. Another Chandler Initiate. Alright, so we're going to play a land here. I think we just go Whirler Virtuoso. And then we have the Magma Spray ready for the Honored Crop Captain. Yeah, I mean, we're doing things big. I guess we can also not kill the Honored Crop Captain and, like, kill Thalia if we need to or whatever. On each human you control. Alright, so that has to get killed now. Yeah, I mean, Thalia's Lieutenant ends up being a pretty big game here. Not the biggest game, but a big game. I mean, whatever. I mean, it doesn't affect me at all. I could have actually killed that. I could have traded a Thopter for it, I guess. But I could need the energy at a later date, so I'm just not going to. Alright, perfect. We found the land. So we can play another Chandler Initiate here, and then have Harness Lightning available, which could be good. We could also just play a Bristling Hydra. I think next turn we're going to have enough Bristling Hydras, like, to go around. So I just like being able to have Harness Lightning here. I'm just going to put all the counters on this guy. It's going to be fine. Alright, yeah, someone at Game Day yesterday came up to me and was like, hey, why are you playing an 0-1? I was like, come on, it's not an 0-1. We know it's better than an 0-1, right? Don't we? Come on, guys, we know it's better than an 0-1, right? So, let's see what they do. Thalia, yeah, that's the kind of thing you gotta Harness Lightning. Although I wish I could just Harness Lightning the Thalia's Lieutenant. So maybe I just killed Thalia's Lieutenant. Maybe this isn't actually that bad. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of the Lieutenant. Because this at least keeps other, you know, whatever. Alright, transform the Gossipier. It's going to do 2. So the question is so I'm going to play Bristling Hydra next turn. It's going to come into play tapped. This is going to attack for 4, basically. For 3, but I need to put up 4 toughness, but I can put up 2 Chandler Initiates. Yeah, so I do not need to make a token this turn. Yeah, this turn it's not like super important if I make a token or not. Bristling Hydra Part 2, that's actually a huge game here. Alright, I mean, I'm not saying that we're running away with this one, but when you have Bristling Hydras against Thraben Inspectors, the game's not always super close. You know, Red-White Aggro does do a very good job of getting under you a lot, but we had a very good hand with 2 removal spells. Not saying that the game is over, because they definitely have things like Archangel that could swing the game back in their favor. Or things like Thalia's Lieutenant that could swing the game back in their favor. So they definitely have a lot of outs here, but it's not going to be the easiest game ever. So if I block with these two and then tap, yeah, okay. So I can block, block, they make a decision. Okay, I'm gonna tap for a random color of mana. That turned out pretty well. Alright, I'm going to make one Thopter. Yeah, I'll make one Thopter. I want them each to be able to pump once. Bristling Hydra Part 2. Okay, so I can now pump this Bristling Hydra twice if I have to. The advantage of being able to pump this Bristling Hydra twice is obviously killing stuff. Yeah, 2 clues is actually insanely good for them. I don't think they can outgrind me, but in order for that to be true, I have to draw something good. I mean, you know, it's not like I'm that alive here. I do have to draw out of this. So it's going to be a 5/5. Yeah, that's kind of tough to deal with. Alright, I'm just going to like add a random mana and pass the turn. Or, you know, have the turn come back to me, I should say. Yeah, we're not in the best spot here. We would appreciate a Glorybringer. That is for sure. Another Bristling Hydra. I mean, that doesn't not do the job. I do begin to like our spot more and more as we draw more Bristling Hydras. Again, I mean, Glorybringer's the real card here. This is exactly why we have Radiant Flames in the sideboard. I don't know how people are getting away without it. I mean, I guess the theory is that you're like so much of a favorite anyways, you don't really need it, but it's still pretty good. You can have 2 Thalos U10s on the battlefield at the same time. That's a little gross. We do need like we need a removal spell for this Devoted Corrupt Captain. It's just gonna get back a Thalos U10, which is insanely good for them. Alright, I'm gonna add one more color of mana because I don't imagine needing this in the near future. Come on, Glorybringer. Or Harness Lightning. Or Magma Spray. Channeler Initiate. Oh. How bad is that? Yeah, that was not the best draw of all time. Just a man with his Bristling Hydras. Ugh, so as soon as he does this, he gets to Thalos Gen. Yeah, I have to keep everything back, and that might not even be enough. This is such a bad game 1 for us. How are you losing this game 1? We should never lose this game 1. Never, ever, ever. Oh man, we're just getting crushed here. I talked all that about how we had like a great hand for the matchup. We were doing well. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just kind of needed to draw a Glorybringer like 2 turns ago, I think. Yeah. Alright, so that's going to get +1 plus a million. This is going to get a Thalos U10, which is going to then pump everything up. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. We can block with 2 of these here. And Channeler Initiate here. It doesn't seem terrible. Alright. Confirmed, not the worst. Just, you know, getting a 2 for 2. which isn't the worst, but like it's not the best spot in the world either. So now, I mean, we have to draw something good here. A land's not going to do it. The servant's not... It does get us over the mana hump, kind of. Like it gets us to... Or it gets us over the energy hump, kind of. It gets us to 10, which is, you know... Which is basically as good as 9, or, you know, it's better. It gets us from 8 over the 9 hump, because everything's in 3s. So I guess it's pretty good. What I really want is I want, like, Rogue Refiner into Glorybringer. That will win us the game. If he doesn't do anything here, I think I have to make one more Thopter. I definitely have to use Channel or Initiate. Like, I definitely have to make a mana and then use Thopter, I think. Or and then make a Thopter. I feel like they should be more aggressive here, but I don't really know, obviously. Alright, so now I have Lumbering Falls available as well. I mean, I'm luckily just drawing creatures, but they have not drawn... I mean, they have just drawn creatures as well. At some point, we're going to whiff, right? We're basically trying to draw a dragon to start killing their things. But at some point, we're going to draw a land or whatever. And so are they, I should say. Ugh, that's so good for them. All these Anthem effects is just insane. They're just getting in it with everything, right? Literal everything. So the Thalamus 10s are getting huge here. Alright, so if I pump this one twice... So I can block here, here, kill, kill, kill. Like, I feel like our opponent's been a little too conservative here. Although they obviously have a huge board now. Like, their Thaliers are just enormous, but I really still... I mean, Glorybringer doesn't even help a ton here. But no land, no land. Rogue Refiner. That's like one of the cards you needed here. Rogue Refiner does a lot of work in the spot. Alright, not quite going to get into the attacking rhythm yet. I mean, our opponent's still at 31 and we're at 13. So keep having to play defense, but more Rogue Refiners is better. So we're going to try to draw as many Rogue Refiners as possible here. If we can chain them into each other into like an Elder Deep Fiend, then we can set up a kill. I'm almost positive of that. If we can go like Rogue Refiner, Elder Deep Fiend. We just drew a Botanical Sanctum. There are 21 lands in the deck. So there are 15 left, which is a decent amount. I don't know if I should make a Thopter or not. I don't think so. I shouldn't use this counter because I don't have to, so I'm just going to take the turn back and hopefully draw something good. Elder Deep Fiend, what do you know? Alright, so we have the mana to set up to try to figure out some Elder Deep Fiend strat, because it's going to come into play tapped. So we should probably do... So let's say that we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we have 8 already. So we can like tap, yeah, tap the big things. And then we can come up with some kind of strategy. I guess we'll do that on our opponent's turn. And we're not just going to win with one Deep Fiend, we're going to need multiples. I also want a Harness Lightning to be able to kill Athalia, so that's kind of why I haven't... I want a Harness Lightning to be able to kill Athalia, so that's kind of why I haven't pulled the trigger. Okay, tap, 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 tap. Yeah, I want Harness Lightning to kill this. But I guess Harness Lightning being able to kill Honored Crop Captain or something is fine too. I should just make another guy. Harness Lightning. That's hilarious. Alright, so it can luckily kill an Honored Crop Captain here. What can I get in with? So I can set up, I can have Lumbering Falls and use a Harness Lightning. So I need a lot of blockers, but I can still attack with like Thopters and an Elder Deep Fiend. What if I just attack with everything? No, I just die in the swing back, right? Yeah. They're at 29, they're not at like 13 or whatever. What if I attack with the biggest Bristling Hydra? That just kind of like limits my blocks next turn. What if I attack with the Chandler Initiate? It just bounces off the Thraben Inspector. Yeah, this is reasonable. I don't mind this attack. I don't know if we should just go for the Harness Lightning on the Honored Crop Captain here, because like if we do draw a Rogue Refiner or something, like if they decide not to do anything here, and then we do draw a Rogue Refiner or whatever. Ugh, another Thalia's U10. Alright, so now we have to make a decision kind of, because now Rogue Refiner's not good enough. Alright, we're just gonna kill this. Actually, hold up, cancel. We're going to Lumbering Falls for sure. Do I want to kill the Honored Crop Captain or the new Thalia's U10? I guess I killed the Honored Crop Captain. This is so ridiculous. How we're just trying to fight through it at this point. And yeah, all Vigilance too? 15-15 with Vigilance? Come on. What are you supposed to do here? What are you supposed to do here just besides, like, die a happy death? Yeah, just getting it for 15. I mean, I'm just chumping with the Servant, obviously. I mean, I really need to draw another Elder Deep Fiend at this point. Or a Rogue Refiner. This, like, doesn't look like it does a lot because it doesn't do anything. But it does a surprising amount. I mean, at this point, Magma Spray is even still kind of live because we can get a Needle Spires or a Thalia's Lieutenant. I mean, basically everything in the deck is live except for the Deadlands, obviously. Alright, so we're just going to attack with some Thopters. What's the next thing we're putting in front of the 15-15? I don't even know. I guess we're just throwing a Thopter in front of it. Do we just block with all of our things and let them wipe it all out? That's not a good idea, no. Yeah, I guess we just put... we should attack with all the Thopters, because, like... Yeah, I guess we'll just throw a Lumbering Falls in front of it or whatever. This is just getting ridiculous. Ugh. Oh, man. Alright, there's no way I'm winning now, right? How do I ever win the game now? I thought I had no chance before. Oh, it has Vigilance and Exert? Yeah, we're dead. Alright. Even with the Elder Deep Fiend, we're dead. Oh, and we're nowhere close to that. Alright, so Radiant Flames coming in. Sky Sovereign's decent. Well, Radiant Flame's for sure coming in. When you bring in Radiant Flames, you can sometimes take out some stuff. You can take out some Elder Deep Fiends for sure. That's usually the cut. I want the Sky Sovereign. I can take out a Servant. Whirler Virtuoso is just like too good in this matchup. I guess Elder Deep Fiend might be good. Huh. I kind of like this, to be honest. Just like making sure all their things die, keeping the board clear, and then killing them with like Bristling Hydras, Glory Bringers, and a Sky Sovereign. It does sound juicy. Alright, let's go get it. This is the kind of deck we should be favored against, by the way. Alright, I mean, I guess this is a keep. Has 2 of the best card. Alright, no Thraben Inspector. Excellent. Alright, part 1, task completed. Part 2, task completed. Alright, so now we have to figure out, we have to at least draw something to use between turns 2 and 5. Or, yeah, because we can't just go 2 turns without doing anything. That's not going to win us the game here. So we're going to have to figure out something else to do. Yeah, see, that was not exactly how we're going to win the game. Maybe they just, like, play Gideon, though. Gideon doesn't do a lot. Okay, they're not playing Gideon. They're playing, like, a Thalia or whatever. A Glory-bound Initiate. That doesn't concern me much either. Okay, I'm going to leave the Harness Lighting in my hand, because I need something to do next turn if I just draw a land. Why are we so bad at drawing cards? We've drawn 3 lands this game? Jeez. Okay, well, hopefully we won't draw any more lands. Thalia's Lieutenant. Alright, I'll take down this Glory-bound Initiate then. And then I'll kill the Thalia's Lieutenant at another date. At a later time, I'll kill this Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh wow, I really needed that land. Yep, killing the guy. Alright, getting in for 4. Next turn we're going to not draw land, we're going to play Lumbering Falls, and then we're going to attack for 4 again. And then the turn after that, we're going to attack for 8, and maybe kill more guys. Okay, well that's also going to die. See, they don't think that's going to die, but that's going to die. I was going to say, at this point I kind of want to draw lands just to keep up with the narrative that we only draw lands. It is a good narrative at this point. Alright, exert. Kill their dude. And then this Lumbering Falls I don't imagine is getting in this game. But you saw last game, it's not the worst card. I didn't play them in the version that won the game day, but like I did feel like there was at least 1 or 2 moments where I wish I'd had them. Because when this deck floods, it floods hard. We're only playing 21 lands. We're basically playing 25 because we have 4 tunes. So this deck can definitely flood sometimes, and when it does, it's awful. Alright. Just gonna attack normally. Cast out? Cast out, okay. I guess I just Whirler Virtuoso here. I could Whirler. That would set up lethal next turn. I don't think there's any way they're like bringing in Fumigates out of the sideboard, right? Yeah. They don't have like any of that nonsense, so I'm just... Especially the way they've played this game, it'd be so odd if they did have that stuff. If they just go White Land Fumigate, like they deserve to win. It's gonna be another cast out. I guess they could also be waiting just to kill my tokens. Okay, Thraben Inspector is not something that scares me very much. Especially when they're going to be taking 6 in the air. Yeah, okay. Wait, are they just dead? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need to make a 1 Thopter. I guess I need to make 1 more to get through Magma Spray. And there's no way I can die. Alright, so we're going to get this game. I mean, that's exciting too, but that was just like not... That was not entirely necessary, I guess. Alright, Exert. Bam! Got there! Alright, so we got game 2 on the play with the Dragon Tribal deck. So now we have to figure out how to win game 3, which I guess is more Radiant Flames intensive, maybe. The thing I'm struggling with here is we do have 25 lands plus Servants plus Channeler Initiates. Is there any chance we cut more of the Servants for Elder Deep Fiends? Servants are die to Radiant Flames. That's why I'm considering cutting them over Channeler Initiates. Channeler Initiates don't necessarily die to Radiant Flames. Servants also help with the Whirler Virtuoso Bristling Hydra plan, though. So maybe we don't want to cut those entirely. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a scientist. So what can we do here? We could play more Elder Deep Fiends. They did seem fairly decent. Although most of our game plan just involves winning in the air. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the air threats or a larger Bristling Hydra, I feel. Game 1, they just kind of had the nut draw and like never drew lands, and then at the end we got flooded. They also played it, yeah, they also played it super nonchalantly. Yeah, I'm going to cut 1 for an Elder Deep Fiend. I feel like that's a decent compromise. I don't want to cut them all because I don't want to ruin the consistency of the deck, but cutting 1 for an Elder Deep Fiend is probably pretty good. Alright, let's see what our opponent does here. They have a hand that's not as good as ours, probably. Alright, we're going to keep. They can play whatever they want here, including like a 2-1. I'm probably just not doing anything. I'm just going to attune with the Aether. I'm going to get super in tune with the Aether here. I need to basically play a Mountain here just because I really want a Glorybringer. Kind of need to Glorybringer. Again, I mean Glorybringer is just the glue that binds the whole deck together. Even if they play like a Glorybound Initiate, I'm not that afraid. A Thalia's Lieutenant on 0. Yeah, definitely not afraid of that. I mean, not on 0, but it is kind of like a waste to play this when you have nothing else to put the Lieutenant on. Alright, so they know we have a Mountain. This is not a good card, but not a bad card here. Yeah, it's just not that good. I mean, double blue is going to be kind of tough, I guess. That was another option, is we could have gotten a blue land there. But I kind of figured that, like, we didn't really need 3 colors for Radiant Flames. We don't need it most of the time, and I'd rather have dragons than anything else, basically. Alright. So, what are we going to be able to do here? So let's draw something good, like a Rogue Refiner. Or a Glorybringer. I guess that also kind of does work. So this Glorybringer makes it so that I want to Magma Spray this Thalia, Glorybringer the Thalia's Lieutenant. I can't say that 5 times fast. Or maybe Magma Spray, or maybe Glorybringer the Garrison. That's also spicy. No, I don't want to use this because I have 3 Glorybringers I'm going to have to use it for. Alright. Glorybringer on Glorybringer on Glorybringer on Glorybringer incoming. Spire of Clannah, how useful. Alright, Glorybringer. I guess I'm just killing this Garrison thing. Because I don't want it to make more guys. And I definitely don't want it to flip or whatever. And I have another Glorybringer where that came from for the Thalus U10 next turn. So I'm not even worried about the Thalus U10 going to 4. I guess I'm worried about 2 creatures putting the Thalus U10 to 5. That matters a bit. Like an Honor Crop Captain plus something else, yeah. Yeah, sure, that matters. I would agree that could be an issue. Is this actually a time for Magma Spray here? Because I could just Glorybringer and kill an Honor Crop Captain. But I could also Magma Spray, Glorybound Initiate, and get in front of an Honor Crop Captain with my Channeler Initiate, and then Glorybringer something next turn. Yeah, I'm actually going to have to play a control game here. The Thalus U10 just got out of hand. I mean, it got out of hand because I let it get out of hand. I didn't kill it instead of the hand or Garrison, which is probably an issue. I'm going to kill that for sure. It's going to go to attacks. What are they going to do? Yep, I mean, look, if they have Angel, they win here anyways, so I can't worry about that. I can't worry about them having Angel, I just kind of have to deal with it. No Angel. Okay, they might just not have Angel in the deck, by the way, which is totally fair. Alright, gonna Exert and Magma Spray, I guess. Still does 4 damage, right? Alright, well then I still get to kill it. Alright, I mean, we're back in the game now. We're at 4, but anything they play, we can Glorybringer, pretty much. Okay, I was gonna say even like a Gideon. If they had Gideon, we could have Glorybringered it. If they had Avacyn, we'd have to play weirdly, but we could still deal with it. Alright, Glorybringer just gets him more damage over a longer period of time than Bristling Hydra. So we're gonna deal with that. Then they're not gonna expect the third Glorybringer. So we somehow top-decked an answer to the Thalus U10. We would have basically had to play a Glorybringer to chump block, and then played a Bristling Hydra to try to trade. Oh, we get a clue. That's not the worst thing that's ever happened to us. We do here. I think we actually just play a Bristling Hydra here, because I don't want our next Glorybringer to also get killed. This is like a totally fine play here as well. Bristling Hydra doesn't get in for as much damage overall, but it's just a way more resilient threat. It just doesn't die. Alright, I would really like to win this match now. Okay, let's see what we can do. Harness Lightning. Okay, so I'm going to crack a clue. And I'm going to attune with Aether. And we can literally not lose now, so that's good. I'm just going to attack with a little Bristling Hydra action. Do 4, it's fine, no big deal. I have Glorybringer next turn. I guess I could have pumped twice and then 6'd and 6'd, but that doesn't make as much sense either. Chandra, yes. Chandra's not going to be able to kill us, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, there's just no way they're going to be able to kill this Bristling Hydra as it goes for Chandra here. Glorybringer. This only goes to creatures, right? Yeah. Alright, Chandra. You. Go get him. Counter. Okay. Come on. If we didn't play Glorybringer last turn and we just died to another top deck Chandra, that's what we're dying to, right? No. Okay. Cool. I totally was worried that's what we were dying to for a second. We got there. Okay. We faded the top deck and we won the game. Oh, Radiant Flame, so good. Too good. All right, victory in round number 1. See you for round number 2 coming up next. Stay right here.